Welcome to Sacred Wandering with Kira Brinton. My friend, this is a corner of the world where time stops, where the noise in our minds quiet, where we have soft hearts and we open our palms and we ask. This is a place where we receive. I invite you to join me as we wander through the sacred together. Welcome to Sacred Wandering. Good morning, my love. Good morning. I'm so happy that you are here. And I invite you to get into your body before we meet with God. Remember, it is when we unite with our bodies that we become one with God. Breathing in and out. And in and out. Today, I'm going to read to you a message that I feel like a lot of humans can relate to. And it's not one that we want to hear, at least the beginning, but the end is lovely. So stick with me, okay? These are the words that I received. Release the need for constant pain and suffering. Release it and be in the wonder and magic of peace. Savor life like a fresh picked orange or the perfect ripe mango. Savor it and enjoy. It's such a strange experience to be human, right? And it's a strange experience because we are born with these cellular patterns. And most of the time, the cellular patterns are wired for suffering and pain because that's just the patterns of our ancestors. And so the patterns run through the cells and they follow it like clockwork. But the problem is that we don't really want pain and suffering, yet this is what we get because the magnet inside of us is attracting it. And so what we get to do here in our morning blessings, specifically those of you who actually are in Sacred Wandering with me, and we do the transfiguration blessing, that blessing, it is designed to change the cellular pattern of your body. But even the blessings we do here, you have the opportunity to hand over anything that you want to have altered, changed, transfigured, transmuted, transformed into God. And I believe that it does work. I believe that we can ask God to change the pattern of our cells. And if we change the pattern of our cells, we get different results in our life. So I'm inviting you right here, right now, that as we go into this blessing, that you put into God whatever pattern still wants suffering, whatever pattern still desires pain. We're going to ask God to transform it into pleasure, into miracles, and into wonder. So we're going to take a nice breath in. We're going to breathe all the way down through the body. We're going to pick up that piece, all the parts that want the pain and the suffering, and we're going to place them into God. We're going to ask that God will transfigure and transform them. We're going to ask that they may be transmuted to match the frequency of pleasure and wonder and joy. And I want you to think of how your body feels when you smell that fresh orange. I grew up in Arizona where oranges are on all the trees. And it's such a delight when you pick a fresh orange and you put it to your nose and you smell it. And one time when I was in Saudi Arabia, I had an Egyptian mango. That mango, oh my gosh. I've never had something so delightful in my life. I mean, the flavors were explosive in my body. And all I could think of was, how do I sit into I just need to be in a field of Egyptian mangoes. This is all I want in life, is to just sit and eat Egyptian mangoes. I want you to feel that in your body. As we go into the blessing with God, we're going to bring ourselves up into that vibrational frequency, the frequency of pleasure and delight and wonder and magic. And we're going to ask that God will multiply that frequency. We're going to ask that God will magnify those energies in our life, that we may attract this in. And then we're going to ask that God will place his hands on our head to give us a blessing, to receive the words that we are to receive today. And I will be quiet while you pray. You're going to take a nice deep breath in, allowing yourself to recalibrate in this new energy, the energy of miracles, the energy of wonder, the energy of delight. We're going to place our palms out. We're going to ask God to give us the number one action that we are to do today. May we hear it, may we see it, may we receive it. Mine is so loud. And I'm speaking it right here. Today I have an 8-hour flight as I go back to Miami. And today I finish my book. That is my number one action. And I'm saying it to you so that I can claim it. And if you would like to go into the Sacred Wandering Facebook group and claim your action, I invite you to do that. The Sacred Wandering group will be in the show notes. Go and show us, claim it. There's something about having outside people witness, one, our blessings, and two, what we claim. So I invite you to go into that group and write, what was the blessing that God gave you? Do that every day. Write what you are claiming your one action to do. May we hold each other in the sacred, for it is much easier to frequently be this when we allow others to see this. So take a nice deep breath in. We're going to call on all of our angels and guides and ask them to help us bring this to full fruition, and that they may open the pathways of miracles for us today. And today, I bless you with delight, that you might find delight in the wind on your face, that you might find delight in the eyes of your children, that you might find delight in the whispers of God, that you might find delight in the softness of life, that you may breathe in delight. And with that, I thank you for wandering into the sacred with me, and I will meet you here tomorrow morning in our prayer corner. Thank you, my love, for wandering into the sacred with me today. It is always an honor to hold this space for thousands of us to gather daily in sacred devotion. If you feel called to deepen this practice and join me live, I invite you to be a part of the Sacred Wandering Circle, a private, intimate space where we share our daily blessings in a Facebook group and gather once a month for a live 1-hour session. We come together to bless the body, to pray, and to receive. There is so much power when we unite with others who hold the sacred sacred. If your heart is nudging you, you can find the link in the show notes And remember, you don't need anyone to help you hear God. You are the conduit. God speaks directly to you. And your prayer corner, it lives within you always.